Hey everybody, this is Graveyard Ghosts, and today I am in the Cassadaga graveyard. Cassadaga is a spiritual town that was founded by George Colby back in the late 1800s. One of the things that this town is most noted for is this cemetery and the Devil's Chair. We're going to take a look inside, and I'm going to try a little communicating, not specifically with those buried here, but to see if there's anything lingering within the cemetery. I've brought with me some bread. I'm going to do what's called a feeding, and basically a feeding is to feed the spirits to give them some energy to manifest for me. I normally use bread because bread doesn't litter, and then that way critters or the birds will eat it. So I just will place a couple of pieces as an offering around the gravesite. And then also I have a blessed by the Voodoo Queen herself shaker that helps awaken the spirits also. Voila. There you have, I have the EMF turned on, so we have someone trying to communicate already with us. That's what that pitch noise is that you hear. I placed this earlier. I'll lay this down. Before us is the Devil's Chair itself. Now over here, I have placed some candles. I have black, white, and blue. The white is basically for purity. The black is to keep evil away. And then also we have the blue. It's a little windy today, so they are coming and going. The blue gives us safety. Now within this area, again, this is the Devil's Chair. Now this chair actually was built as a mourning bench. Here we have a little communication going on again. But this was built as a mourning chair so the husband could mourn his wife, who is buried here and died before him. Now, the story goes with this particular Devil's Chair that if you place a beer can on it, has to be at midnight. If you return in the morning, the beer can will be empty. Now, prior to this, the locals will tell you that the story was if you placed a dead animal on the chair itself, then when you returned in the morning, the animal would be gone. Now the bench also, if you sit on it at the stroke of midnight, the devil himself will speak to you. And this is something that we won't be doing for this presentation because it's not midnight, and also it is highly posted with trespassing to come in this cemetery after dark. And actually, even on Halloween, the biggest night of the year, the locals will guard the gate so nobody gets in. But again, I have the EMF with me, and it's going off. The lights at the top indicate the level of activity that's within the area. So there are some spirits in this area that are lingering, most likely curious as to what's going on here, as they haven't seen people much today. It's pretty empty. I found earlier when I was checking that this particular area over here seemed to be more higher level than other areas. So basically, they are trying to do some communicating. I'm going to take the dowsing rods, I'll set this down for a minute, and I'm going to take the dowsing rods to see if they'll do any simple communication. So there's high happenings there, and they've lingered somewhere else. That's why they call it lingering, they're not here all the time. Now the dowsing rods I'm using, these are from Cassadaga, and this is the most popular place to get them across the country. Usually if somebody has authentic dowsing rods, they came from the spiritual camp area, Cassadaga. Now when I ask questions, I'm holding these right now, they do free flow as you can see. But for myself, when I do them, if it crosses this way, I take it as a yes. If it's this way, it's a no. Are there any spirits in this particular area of the Devil's Chair that would like to communicate with us? Or can you show me the direction of where your presence is? Is there someone lingering within the area of the foliage over here by the trees? There we have communication coming through from the EMF, so that could be a way that they're saying, yes, we're lingering in the area. Can you tell me if you are a male? That would be a no. Are you a spirit of a female? That would be a yes. Are you buried within the cemetery itself? I'm just going to unhook these from the last question. Can you point? Are you in this cemetery? If so, where is your grave marker? It's making me turn around this way. Are you buried somewhere in front of the area that I'm standing in? Further this way it's taking me. It actually looks like it's going back over to where the higher activity was earlier when we were placing it. Are you buried in front of where I'm standing? I'm getting a yes on that. I'm not actually going to take us any further out into the cemetery right now as we're concentrating on the Devil Chair right now. So I'll take it that this particular spirit is trying to do some communicating. Whether she was the one that was coming through on the EMF or not for sure. But as I said, I did want to show you the Devil's Chair today here in Cassadaga, Florida.